Auburn basketball opens SEC play with Missouri inside Neville Arena. Let's talk about it. What is up, Auburn family? What's up, Uptempo family? I'm your guy, Blake. And the Auburn Tigers open up SEC play today inside of Neville Arena against the Missouri Tigers, the new and improved Missouri Tigers, a team that did not win an SEC game last year and finished dead last in the league as the 14th seed going into the SEC tournament. Couldn't get a win there. But I tell you, this team looks very much improved from last year. I know conference play, we're just getting started, but I think this Missouri team went and got some help, went and got a little bit more size, and got some playmakers, and they've played a pretty tough schedule, right? Come the non-con for them, they're 11-2, and they have a number one ranked win on their resume. They beat the Kansas Jayhawks. They have a close 3-point loss to Illinois, so they've been in tough, contested, you know, big time matchups so far. So is Neville Arena going to shock them? One of the toughest places to play in the country, but they're battle tested. They're battle tested. Now I know they haven't went on the road this much. I think they're 0-1 on the road so far this year. So anytime going into Neville is one of the most hostile environments, really tough place to play. And I feel like Auburn just plays that much better inside of Neville. And they haven't had a close game inside of Neville yet. So a really tough task for the Missouri Tigers. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the key matchups for me in this game. And I'm going to get right into it. The Missouri Tigers do not shoot the three ball well. And I think that is a big thing for them in this game is if they can't shoot the three, they might fall behind the eight ball against the Auburn Tigers. If you can't match Auburn behind the arc, it's really, really difficult to beat Auburn. And Missouri just doesn't shoot it well behind the arc. Their game is more drive, get to the rim, draw contact, uh, try to get that interior in foul trouble, right, and make life easier inside of the paint. More mid range. They're not that great shooting the tray. Where Auburn, Auburn has snipers, Auburn has shooters. You know, you think of Tahad Pettiford, Denver Jones, Miles Kelly, CBM. You can go on and on, right? Even Jonai and Cheney. You know, it's very limited, but they can also step outside and knock down the tray. So I think that's one thing that makes Auburn really, really lethal in college basketball is the amount of shooters they have, but also the inside presence with Janai Broome, Chaney Johnson, and Dylan Cardwell. So another thing is Missouri doesn't defend the tray very well. I think they're one of the lower percentage SEC schools at defending the three ball, which could also be something that is very detrimental to their outcome today inside of Neville Arena. You got to be able to defend the three ball. You got to be able to make Auburn put the ball on the floor and not hit those dagger threes because we know in the past Auburn has really struggled beyond the arc, right? And this year they're shooting it. They're shooting it really, really well. And like I just mentioned, they got snipers all over the floor. And so I wanted to get to the three guys for Missouri that I think can give them the best chance to win. Is one is Mark Mitchell, the guard transferred in, and he's been exceptional for the Missouri Tigers. And I that's one thing I think Missouri does do in this matchup is their size at guard. They can match up with Auburn there. And I'm interested to see how they defend Auburn and I'm interested to see, can Mark Mitchell give his team that boost? Can he give them 15 to 20 points inside of Neville Arena? Because that's where they find their success, is when Mark Mitchell goes off. You also have Anthony Robinson, another guard, 6'3" guy, can make plays off the dribble. He's a creator. He can also, there's been games where he's dropped 30 this year. That's another guy. And then Tamar Bates is the third guy for the Missouri Tigers, another guard kind of guy, and he can make plays and fill it up. And so those three guys are going to be the ones Auburn has to really control in this game, because that's Missouri's offense. That's their three guys that, if Missouri's going to come into Neville and pull off this upset, those are the guys that are going to have to show up and show out. I'm also interested to see how Missouri handles Cardwell and Broom down in that low block. I know they've got a big 7-foot center. I can't really remember his name right now, but they handled Kansas pretty well, and that leads to my next point. Is in that Kansas game, everybody's like, how did Missouri beat Kansas? How did Missouri knock off the number one team in the nation? Because this was a team that didn't even win an SEC game last year. Well, Missouri created 22 turnovers in that game. And I think that's something that Auburn has to stay away from today. And they've been really, really good this year at not turning the ball over. So Denver Jones, Tahad Pettiford, even if Pegues gets in the game, you got to control the basketball. CBM, control the basketball, don't turn it over. And also, Missouri gives up a lot of second chance opportunities. So I feel like if you give Auburn second chance opportunities, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, because Auburn is going to make you pay on second chance opportunities. You can't give this offense second and third chances, because they will make you pay. And so, Missouri, you have to keep the basketball. You have to crash the boards. You have to get Auburn in foul trouble. All right, you have to go at Janai. You have to go at Cardwell. And you have to go at Cheney. You have to figure a way to disrupt this Auburn lineup and get one of those guys in foul trouble early. And that's Missouri's game, is going right at you, getting to the rim, drawing contact. Like I said earlier, they're not a team that's going to stand out and shoot the three. Can they hit them? Yes, they can hit them. Is that their game? Are they in Alabama that wants to live off the three ball? No, they aren't. So I think they want to dribble drive and get in there and disrupt this Auburn lineup. Maybe give Cardwell 2 fouls in the first 5-6 minutes and make him go to the bench, and that's how they want to orchestrate their offense today. Don't turn the ball over. Get to the free throw line, make your free throws, and that's how they would possibly keep this game close, right? But it's an 18.5 point spread out in Vegas. So Missouri they feel a little slap in the face here. Hey, we're 11-2. We beat Kansas. We had a tough 3-point loss to Illinois. We're an 18.5 point spread, but you look at the victory, the margin of victory for the Auburn Tigers inside of Neville. And you look at this matchup, and it's a team who shoots the three well. It's a team with possibly the National Player of the Year. It's a senior loaded, senior driven team, and they're inside of their house, which is a top 5 atmosphere in college basketball. How does Missouri walk away with an SEC win here? That is why this spread is so high. Now, every time I've taken a spread, I took a 38-point spread against Auburn, and Auburn got me. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you what spread to take, who to bet on, or what, but I do think the Auburn Tigers win this game. I don't see how Missouri keeps up with the Auburn offense. If Auburn doesn't turn the ball over and they crash the boards, they can out rebound Missouri, which I think they will. And I don't see how Missouri keeps up offensively if Auburn is hitting the tray and CBM is having his day and Tahad Pettiford's running this offense and Denver Jones is doing his thing on both ends of the court. Then you have to factor in what Janai's going to do. I don't know how they match up with him and how they handle four, because you know he's going to get his. You know, the Duke podcast, the 5 Point Play podcast that we were on, they said that some teams just have to, when you go at Auburn, before you match up, you have to just kind of let Janai get his. And you have to worry about everybody else, because this Auburn team just has so many weapons. So does Missouri attack Auburn that way? Do they let Janai go off? Do they let Janai get his? Do they worry about Tahad Pettiford, Denver Jones, Miles Kelly, CBM? You can keep going down the line, right? So I think Auburn wins this game. I think Auburn wins this game by double digits. Do I think Missouri keeps this close, and are they in the game in the second half? Yes, I do. This is the Southeastern Conference. This is a team, even though they're 55th in the Ken Palm, that's pretty dang good for a team who didn't even win an SEC game last year, and now they're 11-2 with the number one ranked win over Kansas on their resume. 55 in the Ken Palm ain't bad for Missouri. That's actually, after last season and what they've done this year and the talent that they brought in. I mean, hell, that's a bump up in my opinion. So don't take this Missouri team lightly. They have playmakers. They have a great coach. This is a guy, he's on his third year, and the first year was great. And then last year, it's like everything fell off a cliff. What happened? The fan base was disgruntled. They were wondering, where did the season go? How did it all fall apart? And now this year, he opens up, bang, 11-2. All right, they're back in things. They're excited for SEC play. So I'm not going to take this Missouri team lightly. I don't think you should either. I think they've got playmakers. I think they've got the size at guard. It's just, can they hit enough shots to stay with Auburn? And that's where I sit on my preview of this game. I got the Auburn Tigers. Excuse me. I got the Auburn Tigers winning 83-72 inside of Neville. 83-72. The Auburn Tigers. I appreciate each and every one of you for following this podcast. Please like this video. Subscribe to the channel. We're producing content every day for you guys. I'm sure we'll be back tomorrow for a post game. Hopefully, it is a successful post game. It is a energetic post game and a post game dub. So we will see y'all Sunday morning talking Auburn basketball. War Damn Eagle. I'll see y'all then. I'm out.